Hello, students. Today we will do another poem by Sarojini Naidu titled The Queen's Rival. Now, Sarojini Naidu, as you all know, is better known as the Nightingale of India. She has composed poetry in which her thoughts and strong emotions have been transformed into lyrics by themselves. She was very sensitive to the beauty of living things and has given expression to joys as well as the sorrows of life. One thing that Sarojini Naidu is very famous for is her use of English language, which she used as a vehicle of her creativity. Now, the poem Queen's Rival is a very simple poem, and there are no symbolical or metaphorical interpretations to it. So, when you read it, you will understand it very clearly and simply. So, I am going to give you a summary of the poem. This poem, Queen's Rival, has been taken from Golden Threshold, and this Golden Threshold was her first volume of poetry, which was published in the year 1905. Now, in the poem, there is the mention of a king by the name of Firoz, and Firoz was the king of Persia. Gulnar was his queen. Now, in spite of the very lavish and luxurious life that the queen lived and led, she was not satisfied in her heart. Though she was very beautiful, she longed for a rival. She sighed, murmured, and asked the king to give her a rival who could compete with her beauty. When the queen put this demand in front of the king, he put all his men on this task to scan the kingdom around for all the beautiful women. Eventually, he marries 7 beautiful ladies who become his bride, and he asks them to live with Gulnar as her maidservants. The 7 queens were supposed to be Gulnar's rivals, but Gulnar continued to gaze in her mirror all the time, saying that her heart was still not satisfied with those whom were with those that were called her rivals. After some years, Gulnar gives birth to a baby girl, and when this princess becomes 2 years old, she runs to her niece of the queen and snatches the mirror away from her hand. Then she wears her mother's hairband around her head and presses a swift kiss on the mirror. This very innocent gesture of the child makes Gulnar smile, and she exclaims with joy, "Here is my rival, O King Firoz." Summing up the poem might seem to highlight the queen's innocuous envy, but it is indeed an indication of the dependable mother daughter relationship. And the poem dramatically ends with the reality of life, that parents are always happy to see their young ones' innocent actions and tricks around, and how it fills their heart with love for them. So, in this innocence of the child, also, there is a kind of beauty, and the poetess has very successfully presented the psychological point of motherhood through the three parts of this poem. You can go on the net and find the text of the poem. It's a very simple read. So, with the summary that I have given, you will easily understand the poem.